So, hey guys, it's Miss Burb and
PB. Woo! I don't know what that was.
Yeah, you just kind of like we're just gonna have like a mini party for 2 seconds. So we have so there's 2 episodes. There's gonna be this is for Backwater. A separate stormy weather review will be coming later. So today we're here to focus on Backwater and Marianne.
Oh, that's her name.
Her name is, well, depending on the accent you want to use. Appropriate French name, not too hard for the English.
Yeah.
So, general thoughts?
I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of like romance-ish stuff.
There's romance, and then the romance is always kind of,
and that
it's
always
finicky. But then, because of like that thing I read about, the Tumblr post for Stormy Weather too, I'm like, okay, now I think I might have like a better idea of what the show is trying to do with the romance, or how like everything is supposed to be structured. Because maybe the whole entire thing is that we're forgetting they're 14-year-olds.
They are.
They're young kids. So
yes.
I think maybe we're treating them as adults when we should really be treating them as kids.
Yep.
Like as hormone-filled children. So in general, that's just, so I found Backwater. It was interesting, but I didn't quite like it as much. Now I might like it a little bit more.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know, because the previous one we had was Chris Master, and before that, what was it?
It was Weird Dad.
Yeah, like both of those, I was kind of underwhelmed.
So this one was kind of like,
so this one, was kind of like, a break from
that. But
which sounds really mean, but like no, it was kind of like refreshing, kind of to see a lot of the other characters that were in the other episodes, and not just being like a villain.
Like this one it had lore in it. It's like it should be a good episode, like, you know. So, okay, so where do you take from? So there's the initial scene where it's like in black and white, and they're in France. That was interesting. Like
super interesting. But I don't know what to make of it, really.
It basically, at some point, Marianne and Fu, they were running together. Marianne has knowledge of the Kwamis.
Yeah.
And the Miracle
They're both in charge of them. Like,
you think she's like a guardian too? Well, he was the last guardian, like a separate helper guardian. Yeah,
maybe. Like a backup guardian.
Backup. Just in case. Like, if he was to die, then she'd be
maybe
the keeper.
Because they seem to be the only two that know.
And, because, like, the guardians, like, it was, like, in Tibet or whatever, and they had, like, all the monks or whatever. So, but it doesn't require any training, because Marinette could just become the next guardian, according to him. So being the guardian just requires...
to know, like, to protect the Kwamis and, like, how to...
just being a keeper of a box.
Like, extra powers.
Extra powers of being a guardian?
No, like the you know, like in the Frozer episode, right, where she eats like
the potions. The potions.
Things, yeah. I mean, she doesn't. Does Marinette know how to make them?
Oh, but then
because she makes the macaron. Oh no, but he.
He gives her like the flasks or whatever, and then she puts it in the macaroons. But Hawkmoth wants. Maybe this is like from Stormy Weather too, where it's like, I need the guardian to decode. No, it wasn't this episode,
book,
maybe? I needed the guardian to decode, so maybe the guardian was also like, you know, I train you to read book.
True, very true.
So, okay, so the thing is, so I was surprised when there was like the military people, whoever was chasing them, they're like, get the box. Yeah. So, okay, so here's the thing. They say get the box, not like... Because, okay, he was carrying around the gramophone, and the box is inside the gramophone. Yes. So they know that there's a box inside the gramophone, so they know something is up. They don't know, but they just say box, so they could mean anything.
True.
Like, they might not know that it's magical. They might just be like, I want the box because something cool is going on. Or
what I find interesting is that, like, it seems as if the whole military is looking for them specifically. Right?
Like, they locked down all of Paris.
Yeah, so I'm like, they locked down all of Paris just for them too, or is there something else going on as well that we're not seeing?
Like, there's more people that are being chased, it's just that we see Fu and Marianne.
That's what I'm wondering. Because to shut down the entire city for just them two seems kind of
Well, it's overkill, but that's what happens when you have a villain that can make everything Toyland and make it snow, you know? And then flood the entire city.
True,
so,
but...
That's if it's an Akuma.
Exactly.
Even if it wasn't an Akuma, then there would be some kind of reporting, maybe. Yeah. So, like, where are the citizens during all this? Where's the normal people?
Exactly. What's going on? What's the context?
There's no context. It's a mystery.
I don't know. I
like,
need to know more about that.
Maybe, like, if we took a closer look, we could, like, try to figure out what's going on. But yeah, it was just so weird. It's like, okay, we gotta split up, and don't tell me your love. You'll tell me later.
Oh, that was so frustrating.
He'll tell me later.
I was like, what if he dies? Just let him say.
Well, they were young. They were young and youthful. So the whole idea. So between the beginning and the end, in the end, Marianne had to go into hiding. Yes. So in the beginning, because they were trying to like do like a parallel, so it was Fu that had to go into hiding, not Marianne. So whatever they were after Fu. Yep. Maybe because he had the box.
Because he's the proper guardian.
He's the actual. Well, he was also the one with the box. Maybe they don't know he's the guardian. They just know that he got a magic box.
Oh, maybe.
So, and they were also willing to try and use the Miraculous. They were gonna take the Ladybug.
She was like, let's use the Ladybug and
Cat Norfu. We still have to see like Fu in the Ninja Turtle mode.
Break dancing.
No, that's a Nino thing.
I know.
So, okay, so then back to reality. We have Marinette back to form, and she's needs to tell Adrian, and she's concerned about Kagami. Yes. It is again with the whole stormy weather too, like the evolution. The girls have given up on her, kind of.
But I think it's also super early in the morning, so they're just like, ugh.
But like, if they were really concerned, they would have been wide awake. They're not concerned anymore. They're sleepy and they don't care.
Well, Rose was very aware.
Rose is Rose, but like, you know, they've given up on her. They're just like, you know, Marinette, look, we've tried. You're stupid. So there's that. I've seen people talk about like, you know how like Julika, she like mumbles or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was rewatching it yesterday, I heard, what if we kidnap Kagami?
Yeah, she said that. And then everyone's like, what the hell? And then Marinette's like, oh, maybe we should go with Julika's plan.
Yes, let's just kidnap her, tie her up, ransom.
That's a great plan.
So apparently there's a royal wedding in England. And they're all gonna go see that.
Part of me was just like, Prince Harry? Meghan?
Maybe it was written during that time, and they were like, England, let's just send them off there to attend the royal wedding. Wait, Adrian attended a royal wedding?
Apparently. Well, yeah, he did.
Or a reception or whatever.
I was gonna say no, because they stopped the train, but then I was like, oh no, they do.
They do. And he got the medication.
Yeah.
Her present. And so then Wise? The turtle dude decides to come, and Marinette just flips out and kicks everybody out. And this is normal Marinette behavior. Don't worry about it. She just, you know, randomly freaks out.
She's just quirky.
So, Master Fu is sick.
Quote unquote, dying,
farting and dying. And did you see the joke that Thomas,
no.
Apparently he wanted to put in a joke, but they couldn't translate it or whatever.
Oh.
Like, I honestly didn't really understand it when I read it. I can maybe show it to you later. So, 186, and he just needs constipation medicine, apparently, in the end. So he's like, oh, give this letter to Marianne, because I need to give my love and tell her, even though I've left her there for how long? How long did he just...
So long.
Abandon ship?
I don't know.
But like how... Okay, if he's 186, how old is she? if she's old at the same time as him, that must mean she's like 80-ish too, maybe? Like, they both look old.
Yeah.
So then, was Master Fu looking young at like 100 years old? Like, has he been old forever, or has he been young forever? And then he just gets
That's a good question. Like, does he start getting old at 50 and then, like, stays old? Or
he just stays old, the same old for, like, a long time?
Or does he stay really young until, like, he's 90 and then it's, like, he gets old?
Then he just develops it. But then...
Oh. I don't know. So we don't even know how young they are at the beginning.
No, they just don't look old. That's basically what it is. Yeah. Okay, we skipped over the part where Marinette writes her moving letter to Adrian. She's like such a... It's like me when I start writing and you like try to like write intensely hard and you like make all the words flow. And what did you think, Miss Literature person? What did you think of our skills?
I don't remember exactly what she wrote, to be honest. But I remember thinking it was okay, like...
Oh.
Not
it's
so
like,
bad.
I have to tell you this time, I love you.
Like, it was very dramatic, but...
So...
It's okay.
So, okay, so let's get this straight, okay? When I was watching it, she wrote down all the words, okay?
Yeah.
She wrote down everything.
Okay.
And yet Marianne reads it and doesn't read the last part saying, I love you. And then she's like... Oh, he doesn't love me anymore.
She doesn't see that it says Marinette at the end.
She didn't sign it, though, did she?
Oh.
Because when she's writing it, like, she says, I love you, and then all the boys start snickering at her. So she maybe didn't have time to sign it. It's also in her nature to just not sign stuff, okay?
Although the pigeon man does look at the letter, and he's like, but wait, right before she gets
it says, I love you at the end.
Yeah.
So he should have, maybe he just read that. And then...
Maybe she just stopped at that moment. She was like, oh, no. Didn't even
read
bother.
the rest of the letter. Oh, if you're going to wait 100
didn't she notice that it was, like, someone else's handwriting?
Well, maybe she doesn't recognize. Maybe he changed after how many years it took for them to...
Because isn't, like, Marinette's very, like, cursive and pretty and whatnot?
So you think that... So you're saying that Master Fu can't have pretty and cursive handwriting?
No, he can, but I just don't think so.
He'd write in a Tibetan style.
Oh.
But, yeah, that was weird. The whole Marianne flipping out thing, I'm just like, that's weird. And even then, maybe it translates better in French. Maybe it's a translation thing where they couldn't make it sound as good. Like, maybe it's basically like, it's too late now. Like, you're gonna realize that it's too late for time to come. It doesn't sound bad.
No, it doesn't sound bad at all. It's more like, I realized...
that we've wasted so much time.
Exactly. That's what it sounds like to me.
And she just flips out like, oh, no, it's too late. Or maybe she doesn't like being told that she's old.
Maybe.
That's the real reason.
Or I don't know, maybe because she is old, she sees it differently. She's like... I don't know what I'm saying.
So that was weird, but okay, so then Marinette basically, she's just doling out letters. She just randomly sticks letters in her bag and then randomly distributes them. Recipe for disaster.
Oh, Marinette.
And she goes to give it to Adrian, and it's just like, I want this to be with you and take this with you.
Oh, God.
So melodramatic for a 14-year-old.
Painful. I mean, I was a melodramatic 14-year-old.
And then she goes to see the pharmacist.
Yeah. Maybe she's like, I'm way too old for you.
Like, kid, what's up? Maybe Marinette's just a really old, short lady.
Maybe.
How can you tell? That's ageist.
But you can, like, see that her...
wrinkle-free face.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, having a miraculous, like, smooths out your face and gives you the Photoshopped look.
Maybe. But, like, she also has a young voice.
The young, springy, hyped-up voice.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, so,
so she gives the letter.
So, villain time, she turns into... What does she turn into?
Backwarder.
Yeah, but, like...
Oh, she looks super weird. That was... Oh, God.
I like the idea. The face doesn't work. Or at least it's odd. Is it based on something?
I don't know, because most of the time it is based on something, right? Like
she's a wind-up toy?
I don't know.
Like, she's a wind-up toy that winds up on her head.
Oh.
And just...
That's what it was?
Well, like, you know how, like, wind-up toys, you do, like, the cranky thing, but it's, like, on her head.
Oh.
Which isn't normal.
I didn't even get that.
And she has, like, a clock on her chest because it's backward. Or maybe they wanted to turn her into a clock, but they couldn't find a way to make it look nice. Because you know how clocks, you can, like, wind them up? Yeah. So then they put it on her chest, because that's where you put clocks. And they
where else?
And they just decided that she would look cool with the wind-up thing on her head.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I felt like it was a very weird transition from, what's her name? Marianne to that.
The whole negativity transformation scene was weird.
Yeah.
It's like, he doesn't love me, what? And then she just transforms into that. Maybe it's like a wind-up toy. Like, just, like, so that's why, like, with the stocky, like, legs, and it's just a toy.
It could be.
Clock toy.
It could be. But I feel like even the color scheme, I'm like...
Yellow.
Why? Yeah, why yellow?
That was what she was wearing before. What? She was, like, wearing, like, her beige coat thing.
Oh, I don't know. It was a very bright, like...
A punchy. You gotta be able to...
A punchy color. I was like, this is not Marianne. She's not a punchy person like this. I don't know.
No.
That's not the...
We don't know anything about her besides I love Fu.
That's true. Oh, my God.
I love Fu, and we're old, and...
oh,
yeah.
No.
So, no, actually, before she transforms, Gabriel is in the train with Adrian. I think it got me and her mom. And the first thing you see is, like, somebody passed by, you're just like, ugh, what is those people? Ugh. He's out in public, and somebody needs to be akumatized, so he's in the bathroom. Gabriel in the bathroom. Gabriel in the bathroom.
I love that part because he just tells, like, the trained person, like, we can't leave until I'm feeling good, and then just walks into the bathroom.
I'm Gabriel O'Grass. We're not moving until I say so. I'm not feeling good. Like, honestly, why didn't they have, maybe they couldn't make it fit, but why didn't they have at least one shot where he's just laughing, and then you just see him standing, like, right next to the toilet?
They should have.
Maybe there was no room to, like, put a pullback shot in the bathroom, but...
Yeah.
Cheat it, okay? Just do it. Just do it.
It was so funny, though. Especially when Adrian goes.
And then
like...
occupied! And then Adrian is just right next to him and just transforms into
Don't
Cat
they
Noir.
hear the flag?
And, well, like, there's that, and then, like, there's, well, did he yell out? I remember, okay, at least for Marinette, she runs around the corner. Take his spots on! Hey, I just heard something over there. Okay.
Doesn't the train attendant also hear, like
sparklies just shooting out and people yelling?
Or, like, Hogmoth, what's Nuru, wings,
Dark Wings,
rise. Like, doesn't he hear that?
No, he doesn't. Okay, so what do you think of Backwarder's power?
Her power.
She taps people with, like, her stick. And she's very kind about it. She could run people through, but she's just kind of like...
Yeah, she could murder people. She's
just like, here, go back in time.
And I think it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, like there's that part where Cat Noir gets, like, smacked with a pole. And, like, the pole comes back. That's cool, you know?
Yeah. It makes for a lot of interesting shots. And, like, in terms of animation, too, because, like,
reverse.
Yeah, reverse thing.
But
I mean, I guess they just click reverse on the thing. But, like, it's fun.
Like,
it's fun.
And, okay, so the Lucky Charm was...
Oh.
You didn't like it?
I don't remember. I'm, like, blinking.
It's the one where, like, so she gets a pole, and then Cat Noir makes that weird.
Yeah.
He makes that joke about, you're gonna fix the plumbing.
It was so convoluted or something.
Yeah, like, I laughed at that. So
I was like, at least they acknowledge it.
Apparently, they had to like try it out in the office because they weren't sure that they were gonna make it work.
Oh my god!
Because they had to figure out how to do it, right?
Yeah.
So
I love that. I love imagining like animators and scriptwriters.
It's like, okay, put the pole here, now tug it, and then they have to have somebody like fake dashing. But I think it was a cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. It was clever too. Like,
it's like she just throws him in anyway, and yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. It was
good Kwame Lucky Charm. Well, so we skipped the part where like, oh yeah, I know the Master of the Guardians, and I can take you to him. She doesn't know where he lives, but then Marinette can.
Yeah. So the plan is to touch Ladybug, reverse the entire day. Yeah. But wouldn't you also find out her identity that way?
Yeah, but maybe they're not concerned with the identities. Like Hawkmoth's never. He's only been concerned with the identities, like the first 2 episodes of Miraculous Ladybug. Then after that, he just gave up.
He was just like, I don't care. I want the miraculous.
Yeah, it's like forget the finding the people behind it. Let's just keep going forward. So he hasn't been interested in them since then, has he?
No.
So it's like he wants to find out what his scrapbook says. Yep. The backward thing is defeated in her clock form.
Backward thing.
Actually, was it ever explained what the cracks were doing on her face?
I think it's just kind of like her fixing. Like every time she would gain back some time for herself, no?
She would gain back time, but then what'd she
use it for? I have no
idea. Her
idea.
plan was to like, because then they just focus on Fu afterwards and just like, we're gonna go do that. But so her plan was to gain youth for herself, and spend the rest of her days as like a clock person.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Maybe part of going to find Fu is like she's trying, like, the cracks. She's trying to become younger or whatever.
You ain't gonna look good. You're not gonna look young in a big plastic doll.
So that she can go back in time or whatever with Fu, and they can have their love story or something.
Ending. But she hates him or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
So she wants to gain back the time to be with the guy that she loves, but she hates the guy that she loves. So,
well, love is not always the opposite of hate.
She doesn't like him, but she still loves him.
I don't know. It's really weird.
It's like, I want to punish you, but I still love you.
Yeah. I guess maybe it's not really like, oh, let's go find Master Fu, but it's because that's what Hawkmoth asked, right? Like, he wants a miraculous and all of that. So she's like, well, I want to find out where Fu is anyway. So just like... So, in the meantime, I'm going to give you this thing that you want, and you give me more powers or something. I don't know.
And then I'll just chill with my dude.
Yeah.
While you torture him to find out what's written in the book.
Basically.
So, Ladybug's just like, yeah, here you go. Here's the actual letter, lol. And just, yep. Cat Noir just takes off. And there's a father-son moment. Pat, pat, you're feeling better. Yeah. And Fu and Marianne do their thing where they're like, oh, yeah. And then, well, now I gotta go into hiding because I just tried to, like, reveal all your secrets.
That was so frustrating, though. I was like, ah!
Like, for them to not reveal their love to each other?
Yes. Like, come on.
But that means
they already know it, though. Like, do they even gotta say it?
It's like an official declaration. It's like, it's not real until you say it is. Like,
but it is real, and we know it.
It's like...
They know it, too. They're like, don't say it. They know exactly what they're gonna say. Come on.
It's like, did we ask to be friends? Or, like, are we friends until we ask the other person, hey, do you want to be my friend? Like, we've never said that to each other, so technically we're never friends yet.
We're not friends.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Just, yeah, that's how it works.
Do you want to be friends?
I'll think about it. I'll tell you next time. So Marinette goes back to school. Everybody's happy. And Adrian, here's my present to you. And everybody flips out. And I liked it. I liked it, okay?
It was hilarious. But also, that entire time, like...
He was just thinking about her.
No. But that entire time, Marinette didn't get the medicine for Master Fu.
She lost the pharmacy slip. Maybe they called the doctor or whatever afterwards. But we never do find out what happened to him.
Like, is he just...
I mean, he must be fine, but like...
Is he still just farting on the floor?
No, we see him afterwards with Marianne.
Oh, it's true.
So they cured him. They just don't show the process.
So he must have gotten the medicine sometime.
They just call him back. They just
between.
call back doctor like, hey, I lost the slip. I accidentally gave it to my crush.
Or imagine he's just sitting there holding it.
He's just holding it in. And then there's just like the episode, like this, before the scene cuts, just a little sound, and then they just cut over, cut back.
Anyway.
So Adrian had Marinette on his mind the entire weekend to get the medicine. That was nice. It was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice.
I love how unfazed he is too. Like he's not even weirded out by the fact that Marinette.
Oh, hey, you wanted this.
Wants him to have a prescription for constipation medicine, like.
Even though like you could get it at the pharmacy in France.
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, the episode gave us information. We got background on Fu. We found out why Hawkmoth wants Fu.
Yeah, to the code, the book.
We found out that Adrian is willing to get constipation medicine from Marinette. That was cool. We saw Hawkmoth in a bathroom.
Yes. They were so close. Cat Noir and Hawkmoth were so close.
So, so the worst thing about this episode is the forced love elements between Fu and Marianne, maybe. Yeah. Marinette's incapability of actually looking at the letters she distributes, so she'd be a terrible mailman.
Oh, the worst.
And Backwarder has an odd design and an odd end goal at the beginning. Towards the end, it makes more sense, but then even then, it's kind of like, oh, okay, so whenever you claim your youth. I mean, so, but I mean, so overall, my rating would be a 6. Does it deserve more?
I would say 7, but that's just because even though like the Marianne Fu thing felt kind of forced, I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's see it.
We got information out of it, so that's like, it's like concrete information.
And I just love, like, I mean, it was very frustrating that I was gonna say Marianne. Oh, Marinette gets confused with the letters. That's super frustrating. But
it was, like,
I
obvious.
love the idea, and I love that she's like actually gonna write something to Adrian and be like,
let's get this over with. I'm ready.
And like putting herself on the line. I love that. I don't know.
7.
Yeah, I would say 7.
7. But it's like a good 7 or something.
A good 7.
Like an 8 or something.
A positive 7.
So, yeah. So we don't have much time for Backwarder. Not Backwarder. Stormy Weather too, but even then we might not spend that much time on it since most of it is recapturing everything else.
Yeah.
So final thoughts. Oh, actually, one thing that I checked out was the pin that she gives, the thing that was akumatized. It says love.
Aww.
So that's. I was like looking. I was like, I feel like I know that. So I checked it, and it means love in Chinese.
Oh, I love that. That's a nice ending thought.
Love.
Yay.
So it's kind of obvious. Maybe I don't like it as much as you do. So, anyway, thank you guys for
listening.
Ta-da! And we'll see you guys in the next episode video.
Yeah.
Review. Whisper about.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!